Yeah, you talk about process, trust, value as other considerations. The other one is, what does this thing look like during implementation? Is that something else you cover in the checklist? Where else do you think about, all right, made a deal, now 6 months down the road, are milestones being hit? Are we meeting those, metrics? Where else do you address that?
That's a wonderful question, really is, because I use another term, and that is that a contract is just a pause in the negotiation process, right? Way too often, I find that negotiators, they think that negotiation ended when we signed the contract. And I often provoke organizations by saying, no, now we're really starting. Because yes, we have agreed on the terms of the contract, but as you said, what is going to happen 6 months down the road when one party suddenly are not able to fulfill what they promised in the contract, or something is delayed, or cost is increasing? Well, here we go, round 2 of negotiations. And those negotiations are sometimes even more serious than the first one, because now you are depending on each other. And I cannot recommend going to court because that's the waste of everybody's time. So you have to figure it out. A very recent study I just saw actually claimed that more than 90% of disagreements between companies in the US is actually not going to court. So people are negotiating to figure out a deal before going to court, even though they disagree about the content of the contract, which to me is good news. I think that's great that so many actually figure out that they need to negotiate the conflict instead of just going to court. Because what is happening in a court case, the judge will conclude and he or she will decide who's a winner and a loser. And the funny part about a court case, have you guys ever thought about that? If you lose in a court case, you're not leaving thinking, okay, fair enough, I was wrong. You're not doing that. You're leaving the courthouse thinking the judge was an idiot. They didn't see what we saw. You have not repaired the relationship. It's actually getting back on track. It's actually great news that 90% of all conflicts are being negotiated. But again, it just shows you that the need for negotiation post-contract is huge and perhaps even bigger than pre-contract negotiation. I love what you said, that the 6 months down the line is so important to predict and understand how you need to negotiate that.